Today, I want to talk about challenges most Kenyans face. I want us to discuss this. Most of us Kenyans, we are faced by challenges. And today I'm only going to discuss 3 of them. And probably we will create another time and continue. So 1, lack of savings. Number 2, lifestyle. Number 3, debt management. So most of us, we are affected basically by these 3. So when we are looking at savings, let us now look at each of them. Where do most people save? Realize people have chamas. These days not wamama, even men wameanza kuwa na chamas. Others are saving in SACCOs. So when you are saving in SACCO, most of them are looking at taking loans. Now, when you look at chamas, this is just your money. You are accumulating. You are accumulating without interest. Without interest. So when you look at this, the chamas we have, munapea mtu pesa. This month I'm the one, next month somebody else, the other month somebody else. So you're just getting your money, but without any interest. Now, we have banks. When you're looking at savings, others are doing maybe trade, that is business. And we have insurance. We have other various, hata wengine wanaweka under mattress. Wako na ile kamkebe. Wana save kwa mkebe. Wana save kwa mshwari. Mshwari. Wana save kwa Safaricom. Just looking at savings today. Now, when we are looking at savings, there are key things to consider so that you may be able to understand where to save or how to save. And the things to consider, 1 is the purpose. Let me use the other pen so that you understand. So, these are things to consider. When saving. 1, that is the purpose. Number 2, period of saving. Number 3, something we call liquidity. How this is accessibility of the funds. So, you need to know the purpose for your saving. You need to know the period for your saving. And you also need to look at the factor we call liquidity or accessibility of that money. Now, maybe our time will not be able to allow us to be able to look at all these things, but as we keep progressing, I'll come back and discuss all about savings and where to save, or how to save. Now, let us look at lifestyle. Okay, lack of savings. How is it a challenge to most Kenyans? Because when you are saving in a chama, when you are saving in a bank, when you are saving under mattress, when you are saving under Mkebe, when you are saving under Safaricom, this is your line, you realize that these savings are very easily accessible. And therefore, depending with your purpose, some of us, when we are able to evaluate you or evaluate ourselves, you realize we don't have any savings. The reason being that most of us, we live from paycheck to paycheck. But when we look at savings, or how to save and the importance of savings, this one helps us to be able to now identify the purpose for the saving. And this is a talk I will do probably very soon about savings and how to identify the purpose in your savings. So most of us, we don't have any savings because we only have short term, kitu ya leo na kesho. So when you are looking at savings, we are looking at savings for your short term, middle term, and long term goals. So savings which are going to meet your goals. These other savings, I will say that it is not saving. We don't have proper savings. Number 2, lifestyle. So when you are looking at lifestyle, I know I'm talking to someone who has been earning money, and month in, month out, they are still wondering, am I really doing the right thing with myself? Am I really... so we are looking at lifestyle. Lifestyle. This is the kind of life we live. So today you realize that some of us, we are paying rent. So we pay rent. Of course, we have to buy food. We have to look at clothing. We have to look at entertainment. Entertainment. How much do you spend for your entertainment? So we are looking at things like utilities. These are the things we pay. Utilities, these are things like now the electricity, the water. We are also looking at things like Wi-Fi. We are also looking at things like transport, because unless you're working from home, you have to commute from where you work and where you live. We are looking at transport, naangalia things like even Uber, fuel, or even fare, depending with what you basically do. Maybe even we can consider things like nauli ya ndege, those kind of things. When you're looking at entertainment, there are those people who really love going out. They love enjoying themselves. They love blasting out. Maybe hakuna weekend inapitanga bila wewe kujiachilia. That is what we call entertainment. Clothing, food, rent, and the rest. So you realize that you have a certain lifestyle which you are used to as a person. And this one comes along with your income. So you realize somebody is paying maybe rent worthy 100K, worthy 150K, worthy 50,000, but they are comfortable paying the rent. But probably you are straining. You are straining to pay the rent. To pay the rent. Actually, not the rent. You realize most of us, we are living that kind of lifestyle to please our peers. So we live that kind of lifestyle to please our peers and also please maybe relatives. We can please colleagues. We can please maybe other people. We can also please visitors. yes, and also please visitors. And so we are straining to maintain the lifestyle. Most of the people, please mark this, most of the people are straining to maintain their lifestyle. Are we together? Yes. Now that is what we call lifestyle. Okay, let's proceed with now debt management. Remember that some of us, we fund our projects through debts. So we are looking at debt management. This is a challenge we are going through. So most of us, we are funding our project. We fund our projects through debts. We buy assets through debts. We buy liabilities through debts. We fund our lifestyle through debts. We can still just list these few. So when we are talking about debts, this is what happens. Sometimes we take a loan and we are not conscious where the loan goes. So you take a debt, and misuse. Let me use this term, and misuse it. Because sometimes I meet people tell me, actually, I can't account for that money even if I'm paying the loan. And some of us, I want to touch on something about debt management. It's also a big topic on its own. But today we are looking at the challenges most of us face as Kenyans. Some of us, we have blocked our mind that taking a loan in a circle is cheaper by paying 1% per month. But let me surprise you. This comes to 12% per annum. But ukiambiwa 1% per month, unafikiria ni pesa kidogo sana. And then when you add charges, insurance, processing fees, nini, I want you to calculate the loan you have today for your circle. So this one comes to 13.5% per annum. This is something you cannot dispute. Piga hesabu ile pesa umechukua unalipa na pia the premium, the amount you're paying monthly, it is going to come to this 13.5. Banks are giving, yes, it is cheaper compared to banks because banks are around 17-18%. But we will still discuss about debts as a topic on its own. So these three challenges we face when we look at the debt management, we realize that some of us have entered into cycle of debts. So this is a very big mistake. So some of us are in cycle of debts through top-ups. This is the killer of debts. This is the killer of debts. The moment you find yourself in top-ups, you are getting into a pit and a hole which you need a financial advisor to help you. So we agree with me that we are both facing these three. Now, let me ask you a question today. If this continues, this challenge continues today, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Now, going through the same challenges. Sometimes we live through hope, which never changes, will never bears fruits, but we need actions when it comes to this. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Looking to facts that you don't have a saving, you don't have a lifestyle, you are struggling to maintain a lifestyle, and you have debts you are paying. So if this continues, you find that one, you will never achieve your personal goals. Because remember, I have told you when you are looking at debts, most of us are struggling with top-ups, which is really straining our finances and eating on our money, because we are paying a lot of interest in the name of top-ups, and we are finishing ourselves financially. Now, let me compare two people here in 5 years. So I want us to compare two people here in 5 years. One of them, person A. This is person who works with the loans. Person B, this is person who has decided to do savings. And we are looking at 5 years. We are looking at 5 years. So, person A has taken a loan. Their goal is 500,000, and the other person, their goal is 500,000. 5 years. 5 years. So, person A has taken a loan of 500,000, and let us go to the circle, because that is where we believe is cheaper. And remember, I told you the interest will be 13.5. So we are going to work with 13.5 now. Just a minute, I open my calculator. So 500,000. We want to know if somebody has taken a loan for 500,000 and they are paying in 5 years. They are paying in 5 years. How much should they be paying on a monthly basis? 500,000 times 13.5%. Yes, 135%. So this one is coming to 675,000. Okay, 675,000. Yes. So if you do 675,000, now actually I have a loan calculator and I have left it somewhere. But I assure you, this loan, somebody is not going to pay less than 750,000 in 5 years. So divide by 60, this person will be paying monthly 12,500. Good. This is a good thing. So assuming person B decides also to save monthly 12,500, this person in 5 years will have 750,000 savings. So 750,000, this can give them, on the minimum interest, can give them some good money. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yes. So this person saving 12,500, they have saved their 750,000, and this person will go home with, so total plus interest, they will have 866,250. Now, between the two people, person A and person B, who has gained and who has lost? Yes, they are two. Who has gained? Let me write here so that we learn more. Who has gained and who has lost? You can reach out to us. We discuss more and see what we can be able to do so that we get out of these challenges and improve our life.